Hi there, my name is Peter and I'm the director and the owner of International House Manchester, English Language School and Football Academy in Manchester, UK. Today, I want to tell you about our city and I want to help you to help your students understand why Manchester is such an awesome place to live and to study. Okay, so I'm going to break this down into three sections. There's great things about Manchester, great ways to sell Manchester, and then great places to visit in our city. So here we go. Castlefield and the canal. This is a photo of our students recently enjoying a walk along the canal side in our city. Canals played a really important part in the history of our city, and now they've been restored to give these wonderful footpaths that allow our students and the general public to walk and enjoy the view. So it's a marvelous way to quickly and easily get into the countryside and the nature in the middle of the city. The northern quarter. The northern quarter of Manchester is like Camden Town in London. It's really quirky. It's got some alternative kind of industries there. There's some fantastic bars, some really quirky bars, you know. For example, there's a bar that is accessible at the back of a laundrette. So there's an interesting thing. But in the northern quarter, there are independent shops selling clothing, maybe clothing that's retro, maybe clothing from a designer that's a small designer selling direct. In short, here you can buy things that you can't find anywhere else. It's a really great way to discover the best things in our city. Heaton Park is a green space, really close to the city centre, lots of things happening. There's the park run on a Saturday morning where you can run, walk or jog in the park and meet other people. Fantastic way to meet some real Manchester people, and it's a lovely place to take our students. Affleck's Palace. This is exactly what I mean when I talk about the northern quarter. Affleck's Palace is in the northern quarter, and it's a three-story building that's full of small independent shops, everything from tattoos, hairdressing, barber, clothing, jewelry, posters, really amazing, interesting, independent alternative designs. And our museums. So you would expect in Manchester, the home of football, that we would have our National Football Museum. So here you can lift the Champions League trophy and have your photo taken with it. You can take penalties against a virtual goalkeeper in real time with a real ball. Fantastic. And you can see the social and economic history of our national sport. That's the Football Museum. Of course, Manchester has some wonderful museums and galleries, the Museum of Science and Industry. There's also the Manchester Art Gallery with some wonderful work from the last 200 or 300 years. Now, these are 5 ways that we think you can help communicate to your clients why Manchester is a sensible place for them to visit. They may not know much about our city. So this is hopefully helps you to communicate to them what's special about Manchester. So look, Manchester is number 3 best city in the world, and that was voted by Time Out magazine clients. 27,000 of them voted. Number 1, San Francisco. Number 2 is Amsterdam in Holland. And number 3, Manchester. And when you think about what categories it was scored on, it was friendliness, it was a sense of community, restaurants, nightlife. You can understand that makes Manchester a really great place to be. The Another good point to tell your students, your clients, is that Manchester is such a centre for students, UK students and international students, because there are 4 universities in our city, and that gives us the greatest student population in the whole of Europe. So the whole economy is geared up for students' needs, students' budget. It's a perfect place to be a student. The nightlife is incredible. Every night of the week, you can find live music, comedy, you can find dance, you can find nightclubs, the best kind of night out you can imagine. And also, if your clients are traveling from Japan, sometimes they want to take advantage of travel within Europe whilst they're over here. And Manchester is the largest airport outside of London, 200 different destinations. It's more than Gatwick and Heathrow in actual fact. So from Manchester, which is a hub for budget airlines, our students can easily find cost-effective ways at the weekend to visit European capitals. And there's so much more money to spend on having fun in our city because you're not spending so much. It's 40% cheaper than London for the general cost of living, 50% cheaper than London for rent and accommodation. And the biggest statistic of all, which I love, is that a pint of beer in Manchester is 33% cheaper than London. So it's a fantastic place when everything is cost sensitive now, with the cost of the Japanese yen compared to the British pound. This will become more important. So 5 great things to do in our city. Pub crawl. Pub crawl is a British expression which means going from one pub to the next pub in a group of friends and having a drink in each one. You have one drink in each pub, and in that way you get to see a lot of different pubs. All the pubs in Manchester have slightly different culture, different feel, different decor, and they are fascinating. And what nicer way to do that in a really social, happy group is a pub crawl. I've told you about nightclubs, and one example is the Playground, which specializes in reggaeton, if that's your thing, but there are so many different genres of music: techno, house, jazz, blues, rock, everything you could possibly imagine. And we have some fantastic venues for live music. We have the largest venue in Europe, the Manchester Arena. So the really big name acts who are touring the world will always come to Manchester Arena. And also we have smaller, more intimate venues where you can see live artists up close. So many of those. The Band on the Wall is a perfect example. And of course, we have to mention football. You can watch a football match in our city. There are Champions League matches in the season on Wednesday and Thursday night. And also you can get tickets for Premier League matches on Saturday and Sunday. And if you want to visit the stadium of Manchester City or Manchester United, then you can easily book a stadium tour. We couldn't talk about our city without talking about the absolutely amazing shopping opportunities that exist. Manchester is second to none. And like I said, we have all the big names in a mall, like the Trafford Centre here, to the small, independent, quirky, bohemian type of shops that you can find in the Northern Quarter. So guys, thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to hearing any inquiries you might have, questions about our city. Thank you so much. Have a great day.